Hi, we're currently here in the south of France with our Sunncamp 390 air canopy. We decided to have an air canopy over an awning because we found last year it got too hot in the awning even with the sides open. So with this one we found it was very easy to put up. It took us about 15 minutes to slide it into the rails and pump it up. The quality of the air all in seems pretty good actually for one of the cheaper makes. We've had over the last 3 or 4 days some quite blustery winds up to 60 kilometres an hour, and it's actually stayed put with the storm straps provided and the tie ropes. When we inflated it, we were a bit concerned because we've had 28 degrees down here, so I think it's currently about 24 today, about overinflating the air canopy. But we've pumped those up just to the bare minimum till they went hard, and we've had no issues at all with it all sagging through loss of air pressure or over expanding and likely to pop, which was one of our main concerns. When you look at the canopy itself, one of the things that we found could do with some improvement is these latches for the storm straps. Although they hold quite well, just the coupling, you have to just keep retightening it. They don't seem to grip very well, and I think in the strong wind when they're vibrating it tends to work a bit loose. We've put a spin on them because that stops them flapping around so much in the wind, and that has helped a bit. That there is a bit of a weakness, so my personal choice will be to replace these with some better quality storm straps, potentially ones that have got springs on the end as well to absorb some of the blustery winds. We've got side open doors on the side there. These can all unzip and roll up so you can let more air through. We've kept them down, as I say, because it's been quite windy here, and it's just sheltered us a bit from the wind. Because it's nice and open, you can walk around. Don't have to duck when you walk in. I'm about 5'7", 5'8", and I can walk through quite easily without banging my head. Guide ropes, the ones that are supplied, are like a dark grey. Again, this is another thing we may swap out for lime green ones, just so they're a bit more visible in the dark, because we have tripped over these a couple of times. The quality of the canopy and the materials used, it's a lightweight material. You know, you're not spending thousands of pounds on the piece, so you do expect it to be lighter, but it is actually quite durable and appears to be quite well made. When we come onto the inside of the canopy, you've got 3 air beams, one here, here and over there, and then you've got your main air beam, which is the first one you blow up, which is this one piece air beam. So literally a couple of well, less than a minute pumping that, and that structure is already up. You just pull it into place. I think we put a couple of the guide ropes out first of all, then we blew up the beams here, and then the Sunncamp was actually fully in situ, apart from putting things like the main tie downs here. We've got these ones so you can undo them if you want to unzip it, you know, and roll those up, or to use it as a doorway. You've got fill points for the air beams, very simple to use. On the pump there is actually a valve on there, so you shouldn't theoretically be able to overinflate it, but we didn't push our luck because of the temperature. We sort of inflated it till we were at the bottom end of the limit, and they felt firm. So you got one there, one here, and one around here, and then on the outside of this canopy beam, you've got the main inflation valve. So overall, we're quite pleased with it. For the money, you know, they're one of the cheaper ones on the market. The material is thin. We haven't stood up to any rain here yet, so we don't know how porous it is, but then again it is a sun canopy and not an awning, so I'm not expecting it to be, you know, that waterproof, but it does provide us with some shade from the sun and some shade from the wind, which is good. The one main issue we have had with this one is this centre beam hasn't got any loops around it. On these end ones they have 3 little elasticated loops. They don't really do a lot, but they are there. And what we found is when we had 60 kilometres an hour gusts, some of the downdrafts were pushing this beam down and causing this one to pop off, which would swing back towards the caravan, and it would come right down to about here, the canopy, but then it pops straight back up again. And I do wonder if having a couple of ties there would have stopped that dropping down, and then it would have just all stayed in place more. There are extra Velcro spots here, here, here and just here, and they're for additional air beams that you can buy, and I think they list them as Sunncamp air canopy storm beams, and I think they're about £90 each, so they are quite expensive, but I think we may invest in some of those just to give it a little bit more stability in the strong winds. And I mean, it was really blowing a gale here when this was playing up and popping down, so I'm not at all surprised, but it stood up to it. You know, we were quite concerned with the winds and we were thinking, should we take it down, but we decided to leave it, and apart from that it's been absolutely fine. And all we did when we found it was a problem, we just left that one leaning against the side of the caravan, not reattaching it each time, and it was fine. It stayed up by itself. It blew down a little bit and then straight back up again instantly. The seams and that all seem to be very good. There are extra little loops which I presume are giving you the option to attach some sort of lighting if you wanted it, or you know, hanging bunting from it. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. As I say, it stood up to the heat, it stood up to the wind. I haven't tried any rain, but you know, what are your thoughts on Sunncamp products? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you prefer a main awning over a sun canopy? I think in the right place, the sun canopy's got its place, like down here in the south of France, maybe in the peak of summer in the UK, but we will be using a normal awning later on in the season back in the UK. But anyway, let us know what you think of the canopies. Have you got any questions you'd like us to answer about it? And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.